angry, Aussie. 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 Angry, Aussie. 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 Angry.
All right, what are we starting off a new week? Tuesday. Always struggle a little bit with. Okay, what's the day of the week? It's Tuesday. And we're rolling. Hello, Heini. I'm with an early comment. Been reading up on Mussolini. I think he doesn't look the insanity that he had. Well, he had the look of a very brutish thug, and he always do this weird thing with his balloon. Yeah, complete piece of shit. Hey, Justin, how you doing? It's weird to me that his granddaughter, who's in Italian politics now, is so openly fascist. She gets super angry at people who mock Mussolini, as all piece of shit fascist thugs. It's just funny, like, people, you call everyone you don't like a fascist. No. Mussolini was literally a fascist. That was his movement, fascists. I like that, Justin. You decided to have a public holiday because your colleagues had a public holiday. Why not? Of course, it can get the whole public holiday thing can get interesting. You're a federal employee. Pour myself a drink because I made a new drink. Again, me trying to be responsible, deliberately making it lower alcohol. Put my orange peels in there. Not even sure why I do this, because I don't think it's adding any flavor. But no, it gives Mrs. Angry something to put in her hot chocolate the next day. Exactly. Also, if they're all on a public holiday, how would they know if you're working or not? These are the big questions. It's almost like a metaphysical question. If Justin's alone in a forest working, does anyone hear it? Stabitha. Oh my god, that was pathetic, but I'm going to stick with it. Wasn't a whole cherry that I got there. It was a fragment of one. Really getting to the stage. If I don't go get some replacement cherries soon, I'll regret it because I'll run out. So you're negotiating, swapping the Vic public holidays, ACT. Yeah, well, I mean, any decent workplace with a distributed workforce would let you negotiate those things. Heine, the Italians certainly found him charismatic, right up to the point they didn't. And hello, Madam Butterfly, and Safa, and Celtic. Yeah. Stabbing cherries is what I like to do. Why are you saying it's a miracle that I'm on a Tuesday? When did I miss Tuesday? I mean, I do sometimes. Oh, man, that's interesting. It's a new clarified cocktail. I'm tasting it for the first time. It's quite interesting. There's a bunch going on in that. You're saying I didn't do... I don't even remember. You're saying I didn't do Tuesday last week? I do not remember. I mean, I can check. What am I doing here? What are we doing? My channel. Live. When was I live? Sunday night, Friday night. 4 days ago. I'm pretty sure I did. 6 days ago. Let me see this. I double check. Yeah, I think it's on you, Safa. I definitely did. No, Safa, I don't wish to suggest that you've been huffing petrol fumes, but your memory is absolutely, completely, 100% wrong. Yes, Safa, I was talking about the high rise in Dubbo because some of my family from Dubbo were here and told me about it. Justin, yeah, it's going to vary from workplace to workplace. But like I said, in my humble opinion, any decent workplace with a flexible workforce would allow for flexibility. Have I ignited some sad troll here? Anyway, so 6 days ago and 2 weeks ago. Yes, just I don't know what your problem with Tuesday nights is, Safa, but you're completely and utterly wrong. Celtic video noise adapter. That's Norman Gunston's old hometown. Yeah, this is the hypnotic Technicolor cat who's cooking up some questionable cocktails there. They look like magic potions. What did I have for dinner? You had pasta and pineapple pizza. I had mac and cheese and sausages. Good old light and easy. I particularly like this one, actually. The hypnotic cat. It's not visually at all like the Disney Alice in Wonderland, but it makes me think of the Cheshire Cat, big eyes being hypnotic. So I did go into the city. Mrs. Angry and I were both left work early, sick yesterday, and stayed home today as a precaution. Justin, talking to your dad. Literally no reaction. What happened to correspondence? Yeah, that's logical. Why the fuck would you care? It's just, more stupid bullshit. Safa, yeah, it's like the first building above like 6 stories in Dubbo. When I was living in Dubbo, there was a sort of small office building, but was 6 stories high. Celtic, have I received mail? Maybe I did. Maybe I need to check. They used to send me repeat messages, but I'm not sure they do. Yes, Safa. Apparently, Tharos is like 20 stories or something. It's fucking wild. It's so out of place for Dubbo. Number 1 Church Street. 1, 2, 3, 4 bedroom apartments. Yep. That's wacky. Latest interventions in the residential design. Okay. I think they've got some really expensive apartments there, which is just unhinged for a place like Dubbo. 3 bedroom study, bath. Book an inspection. All right, they're keeping. Okay, I need to see if someone's spec the prices. Dubbo high rise prices. All right, an actual real estate agent here. Okay. Contact agent for pricing. No. Oh no, here we go. Okay, this is fucking unhinged for Dubbo. 1 bedroom from 750,000, 2 bedroom from 815,000. Who the fuck is paying that to live in an apartment in Dubbo? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Check your fucking... Okay, the penthouse is $1.8 million. Motherfuck. Oh, yes, 1 Church Street's right in the middle of town, Safa. New US ambassador unseated the Republican majority leader by calling him corrupt. Proceeded to do the same corruption. They do love their corruption. Celtic Dubbo Summer's hot as fuck. 40 plus. Safa, excellent question. What was it before? Probably a lot of buildings. Because it's fucking huge. Wait. There's maps. Let's see where it is. It's 1 Church Street. Dubbo. See how good my memory. Okay, it's right down near the river. Okay. So Macquarie Street is the main street. Yeah, it's Alberga, Winjiwara. Oh no, wait, where the fuck are they? Wait, that's not what I remember Church Street being. Oh, is it? Yeah, it is. Hairdresser called Hair Shenanigans. Pizza Monster. The Monkey Bar. Do you want to check out what a bar in Dubbo? Okay. Yes, okay. The apartments are just off the main street of Dubbo, down near the river. Huh. But now I want to know, what's the Monkey Bar? What's a Dubbo bar like? Yes, I'm going to look at the monkey bar. It's taking forever to load. Burger of the month, the Rancher. Snacks, loaded sides. So just food? Monkey bar, surely they have cocktails. Poof, $25 burgers in Dubbo. Double beef, double smoked cheese, double maple bacon, crispy fried onion, pickles, Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce. Or a simple cheeseburger is $18.50. Jesus Christ, you'd buy a house for that in Dubbo when I was a kid. So that's just food. So it's called the Monkey Bar, but they don't fucking tell you. Oh, wait, no, here's a cocktail menu. I spoke too soon. Okay, this is what a Dubbo cocktail bar is. Justin, you can get a 2-bedroom apartment in Brunswick for under $500,000. Yeah, those prices for Dubbo are fucking ridiculous. It's unhinged. Okay. So this is what's in a Dubbo cocktail bar. And to answer any unasked question, there literally would not have been any cocktails in Dubbo when I was growing up. Kermit, Midori, vodka, green apple, lemon. Gross. White linen, white rum, elderflower, lime, cucumber, lemonade. That might be nice. Garden party, strawberries, gin, limoncello, passion fruit, cucumber, mint, lemonade. That might be okay. Raspberry lemonade, gin, limoncello, raspberry coulis, lemon and soda. Geez, they're like in the tall drinks of sodas. Lychee, lime fizz, vodka, lychee, lime, mint. No. Watermelon. I don't like watermelon as a flavor, honestly. Cointreau, vodka, lime. Fruity, vodka, Malibu, guava, water. God, they're into putting cucumber in their cocktails. Tequila, mockingbird. Tequila, passion fruit, watermelon, mango. Frosty fruit, Cointreau, pineapple. Passion fruit, orange bitters. Passion fruit, sour. Gin, passoa, passion fruit, lemon whites. Might be okay. Mango margarita. Tequila, Cointreau, mango, lime. Strawberry kiss, vodka. Malibu, strawberry lime. These, I mean, honestly, these are probably crowd pleasers. I'm just being a fucking snob. Yeah, $20 drinks in Dubbo. That'd be doing people's heads in. Sweet. White rum, mango, passion fruit, Chambord. Chambord, lychee iris, Savvy B. Gin, elderflower, lime, Sauvignon Blanc, sugar rim. Gumball, vodka, bubblegum, sour lollies, lemonade. Fairy floss martini. Vodka, lemon, cranberry, fairy floss. Caramel sundae, salted caramel, vodka, cream caramel. Surprise me, vodka, lychee. Okay, boozy. Classic marg, chili marg, lychee martini. Gross. That sounds gross. I don't like lychee as a flavor, usually. This is lychee, though. Lemon and lychee, and I like it. It's the first time there's a lychee thing I've really liked it. Gin, elderflower, chili, agave, lime. Part-time boyfriend. Fun name. Tequila, Aperol, elderflower, lemon. That could be good. Netflix and chill. Espresso, coffee liqueur, salted caramel. That's like a even sweeter fucking espresso martini. And they have an espresso martini. You know what? I bet that stuff's all really popular. You're going to move to Cowra. You go to Cowra because it sounds like Nowra? Hot damn. So look, okay. I was just looking at those Dubbo things without sharing them. Like I'll share the page about Dubbo. Where are we? Share screen. Okay, so this is the promotional website for the apartments. Okay, go back to the top. So unique modernist architecture. So that's some of the interiors. That's like the balconies, large open balconies, kitchen, bathroom. Yeah, they're going from 1 bed bath to 3 bed plus study plus 3.5 bathrooms. It's a floor plan. Okay, with a big wraparound balcony. What's the 2-bed look like? Yeah, they've all got balconies apparently. Book an inspection. Seriously, you couldn't pay me $1.8 million to live in Dubbo. The idea of paying $1.8 million to live in Dubbo is unhinged. So that's the building, and it is fucking huge. Like, seriously, for a town that's previous highest building was 6 stories, this is off the charts. Big, I mean, I actually genuinely like the big open plan with lots of light. Bedroom. But yeah, no fucking way. Hey Pat, how you doing? All right, so Safi, you wanted to see the map. Wait, did I fucking close the map? I did. Okay, sorry, I just remembered. Maps. Just because I had the monkey bar open. Okay, so map. Okay, so that was the monkey bar. So this here, Macquarie Street, this is the main street of Dubbo. And there is One Church Street. Oh God, this is what used to be there. A fucking vacant lot. Oh, look. There you go, Safa. There's your answer. That's what used to be there. Okay, so that's, all right, is that a shopping mall on that side? But clearly, this is, I don't know, at least a year or so. That's where they built it. Like, it's not there, but that's clearly where they built it. So sort of slightly uphill to the main street, and down past those trees there is the river. Oh, so you wondered what was there before South? Apparently not. So it's there. Main Street, the Macquarie River. And down this way a bit is the bridge, the original bridge that was over there, the LH Ford Bridge. That's West Dubbo over there. We don't go there because... And that's a newer bridge. That bridge didn't exist when I lived there, but it's been there about 20 years now. But I think, and so that's there. I used to live, this is North Dubbo. Yeah, I used to live here just off the Newell Highway. Helen Jeffrey bra fit specialist. Well, that wasn't there when I lived there. There was not a bra fitting specialist there. So there you go. Dubbo is the big smoke now. Good, Pat. I'm glad you and your girlfriend are both good. I like to hear that. We like things to be good in the hood. So, yeah. I am seriously having trouble processing accommodate apartments in Dubbo. 1-bedroom apartment going for $500,000. 3-bedroom penthouse going for $1.8 million. Yeah, I just cannot process that. That just makes no sense to me. Just no surprise you can get a 2-bedroom apartment for under $500K. It's not necessarily going to be a good apartment, Justin. It might be a really, really bad one. I don't know. I just cannot fathom spending that much fucking money for an apartment in Dubbo. fuck's sake. The world's gone mad. That's all I've got to say. Well, it isn't all I've got to say, but it's a primary thing I've got to say. The world has gone absolutely stark mad. It is very strange. Sorry, I'm just. Hooly dooly. Heidi, is inflation still out of control? And shit with the pandemic. I think we recovered from it. Just blaming John Howard negatively. Yeah, the turning accommodation into a commodity to be hoarded is bullshit. Ooh, Pat, what movie did you see today? Heidi saying 2 to 3%. There you go. But yeah, we don't know what we're gonna see because of bullshit in the fucking Gulf countries. Well, why am I even being that ambivalent? Bullshit with what US and Israel are doing with Iran and Lebanon. Lebanon doesn't count as a Gulf country, but you know, that part of the world. Oh, you saw the Michael Jackson movie. What did you think of it? I have a suspicion I know what you thought of the Michael Jackson movie, Pat, but I'm going to hold back and let you say what in terms of the Wacko Jacko movie. I did the headline for the article. I don't know if it's an actual movie review or just a think piece. 10 out of 10. I'm not surprised. I thought that's where you go with it. It's like a think piece. Line was, what's missing from the Michael Jackson biopic? And I was like, oh, the pedophilia. Is it the pedophilia that's missing? I'm willing to bet it's the pedophilia that's missing. And turns out I was right. Who knew they would fucking soft pedal it? So was that the super crane in your neck of the woods? What was I threatening to do the other day? Finish off my Bakery Hill blended whiskey in an old fashioned, because it was making good old fashioned. And fuck it, why not? Honestly, who's gonna stop? Wait, okay, what was under my feet then? Oh, okay, there's the seals off the bottles I opened last week. I pick them up and put them in the bin. Okay. Let's go over here. Go binward. Okay, let's go first. A little bit of sugar syrup. Oh, but every time I do that, I go, man, that is a yummy sugar syrup. What ist meine blended whiskey? Jesus! Okay, lucky I wasn't actually drunk then. Caught that sucker. Probably a heavy pour if I put all that in. I'll be a little bit responsible. All right. Ooh, and bitters. Where did I put my bitters? Oh, that's right. I had it in shot for a video today. A little bit of orange bitters in as well. Just a little. We go it just a little bit. He smiles from Pat. Justin, he was a child rapist, okay? It's that simple. Whether nothing happened to Macaulay Culkin or Macaulay Culkin just felt some attachment to him and wanted to defend him is irrelevant in the face of a succession of other children he raped, okay? He was a mentally unwell child rapist. Whew. It's fairly beefy whiskey, that one. Not literally beefy, but strong. I'm now vaguely interested. Are there any other cocktail bars in Dubbo? Okay, I'm just now fascinated with things on the map. Pluto, Virtual Solar System Drive. I need to know what that is. What the fuck is a Pluto Virtual Solar System Drive? Discovered in 1930 by American astronomer, Pluto was named after Google, formerly accepted as the most distant planet from the Sun. Has a 248-year orbit. Pluto would fit between Perth and Sydney. What does Dubbo have to do with Pluto? I am deeply confused. That's another thing that wasn't there when I was in Dubbo. Nothing to do with friggin' Pluto. You're saying because Dubbo is so far away from everywhere, it's like Pluto? Maybe. It always, tell you what, it friggin' felt like that as a kid, pre-internet, pre cable or satellite TV, growing up with the ABC and one commercial TV network, one really shitty commercial AM radio station, and then ABC radio. Fucking felt like Pluto. Felt like you were totally isolated. And true, Greg, Pluto and Dubbo are comparatively small. Although I always forget how small. Like if the sun was the size of a basketball, Earth would be like the size of a pea, and Pluto would be the size of a grain of sand. I think we often have an absolutely incorrect idea of comparative sizes and distances. No, I won't speak for anyone else. I will speak for me. I continually get surprised. The first time someone really showed proportionally how far away Pluto was, because you always had pictures of the solar system, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, and the distances between the planets was never relational to their actual distances. And so, like, if the sun was a basketball, how far away would Pluto be? So if the sun was to scale with a basketball, Pluto would be about 1.5 kilometers, or it's an elliptical orbit. So apparently between 800 and 1600 meters away. Imagine that. If the sun is this big, Pluto's 1.5 kilometers away. First time that was made clear to me, absolutely did my head in. Like, I knew, Pluto was a long way away. That far away? My God. It's a hell of a thing. But the cosmos is big. The channel, Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Space is big. Like, really, really big. You've just got no idea how big. You might think it's a long way down to the shops, but that's peanuts compared to space. That's the thing we've got to keep in mind. The universe is very, very, very big, and we are very, very, very small. But we're still important, which is nice. For all we know, we are the only sapient, self-aware life in an infinite universe. When you think about infinity, size, and distance stuff, it actually seems unlikely. I am one of those people who thinks, well, it seems unlikely that we would be the only intelligent life in a vast and unknowable universe. Heine, do I think a manned mission to swing by Mars back to Earth is worth it? Worth it. Is that something that's been posited? What would my first thing would be, what would the purpose of that mission be? What would we learn from it? Is it a stepping stone to a landing mission? There's a lot of variables in there that I don't know the answer to. Not least, I don't know if that's being seriously proposed. Yeah, only a landing mission has been posited. But yeah, not happening because of the difficulties. Safa, governments have fallen in Italy over the definition of a pizza. I'm not joking. That's a real thing that's happened. Italy has had more governments than Christmases since World War II. What it is, Safa, what it is in the 2030s. Heidi, member of the general public, you think it'd be a good idea? Hey, sure. Justin, yeah, that's a popular science fiction things going right back to 2001: A Space Odyssey. Spaceship or space station with spin to simulate gravity. Shafa, no one said anything about landing on the moon. We're talking about Mars. So, yeah, Artemis was meant to be a precursor to an actual moon landing, wasn't it? I don't know. I haven't been paying that close attention. But yes, you know who won't be involved in anything to do with Mars? Elon fucking Musk. Fucking grifter. He won't be involved in a moon thing either. He's fucking full of shit. I mean, I feel like that's preaching to the choir here. I don't know in the great world, is anyone still taken in by Elon Musk's ridiculous fucking horseshit? The guy's just like a pathological liar. He's a fabulist. He just fucking makes shit up. And considering a lot of his lies are tied up with billions of dollars, it's not a trivial thing that he is just a fucking repeat pathological liar. Because it took me a while. Musk is sewing? He's making a shirt for that Sam guy? You mean suing is Sueing. Sam, which Sam guy? Was it the Sam Altman Brown? Whatever. It's the AI guy, yeah. But again, who cares? Elon Musk is, like I said, he's a liar and a fabulist and a grifter, a con artist, and just on top of everything else, an absolute fucking steaming pile of shit. Just like a serious fucking garbage human. He's just a vile, unconscionable piece of shit. Like his influence when he was with Trump, cutting government spending, he did things that will literally cost millions of lives. He's a fucking sociopath. Oh, and you think Artemis 3 will test docking and operations with SpaceX Blue Origin moon landers? Yeah, maybe. Disagreements about how ChatGPT was started. Well, if I was Sam Altman Brown, my defense in court would start like this. Your Honor, we're talking about Elon Musk. This cunt. This lying fucking sack of shit. Oh shit. I knew I shouldn't have done. I did. I did a thing I knew I shouldn't have done. I was unplugging a card reader, and I was thinking, don't do it. You're going to dislodge. You're going to dislodge the USB, and everything will go. Stupidly, I went ahead and did it, and yeah, disconnected everything. So I had to unplug, replug. Egypt. That is complete Egypt mood. I knew that was an Egypt move. Oh, really, Charlie, how are you doing? It is better late than never. I hope you've been well. I've just been chilling, talking about $1 million apartments in Dubbo and space and all sorts of things. I've also got special whiskies I haven't tried yet. Your edit's coming along? Fun making this week's one? Nice. Oh, you just missed me unplugging everything and going offline for 30 seconds. I haven't tried it yet. I mean, I was thinking I might hold out till Friday. Yours might arrive by then, but Australia Post is saying you won't get yours till next week. Just need to counteract zero gravity. Well, again, a Mars mission would take, even in optimum things, would take months, wouldn't it? I'm sure I read that somewhere. And you're right, they need exercise or they will just atrophy. Well, I could try it. No, let me see something here. Yeah, no, they're just saying next week. Well, you know what I'm going to do. All right, so new limited edition whiskies from Starwood. Why are they half empty if I haven't tried them? Because I sent half of them to Charlie. Co-ferment, which is actually a mix of grape juice and malt, which is the grape juice is the starting point of brandy and the malt is the starting point of whiskey. So this is a unique sort of blend of whiskey and brandy. You'll see they're slightly different and they're plain labels. This one, oh, wait a sec. Yeah, the labels do look the same at face value. This one, there's small batch, Australian single malt, yeast trial. The big thing with this is they used an unusual yeast with it. And this, I think, is not going to be available to the public. They are half full. I think this one is not going to be available to the public. So this is another one of those things I get to say is one of the rarest things I have. This, I think, is going to get a public release. Co-ferment with a different grape variety to the last time I had that, because they did release another one that was a different grape variety. Time to do a taste comparison. So the co-ferment's only just over 40%, because they reckon the flavor was better with that lower proof. But the single malt's like 52%, I think. Where is it? I'm sure it had the batch filled. Put in a barrel in 2019. Bottled in March 2026. 52%, yes. And this one, 2020. And come out in 2026. So 7 years aging, which is long for Starwood. So pretty fucking fancy rare whiskies. Co-ferment und single malt. Okay. Co-ferment's a darker color than the single malt, but that might be the grape, Shiraz grape going on. I do not drink wine, ever. Oh, yeah, do a full Starwood tasting when you get yours. Nice. Okay, what is... I'm so bad with the words. Like I always, you get a bottle of something and I have all these words about, oh, the aroma, the taste, and I can't even think of one. Hey, Rays, how you doing? Finally home. So one of them is a mix of, it starts with grape juice and malted barley mash. The grape juice is what you'd use as a base for brandy, as I said, and the malt is what you'd use for whiskey. And scene shift. Oh no. After all the stories you've told, if tonight was a really bad one. Wow. That's so fruity. Oh my God, that's almost like strawberries. That's like really, really sweet fruit. Damn. Damn, that's a hell of a drink, that one. Okay, palate cleanser with some water. All right, now, serious single malt. Yeah, Charlie, I think you might like the Kofament. That was very tasty. And should go with a Sazerac, I think. Good Spirit, hello. I have been well, thank you. Very kind of you to ask. I hope you have been well too. I'm doing a whiskey tasting. Oh, oh, this is a much more whiskey thing, but what is that? God, I'm so bad with coming up with it. I should just read then learn. Oh man. Well, that's a spicy number. It was like, oh, like butterscotch and dark chocolate. Werther's original dipped in dark chocolate. Oh, and like most Starwoods, it does have a fruity sort of flavor on the end. What is that, like almost like peaches or something? Complex. Goes through a few things. Charlie, watched the Tom Tanuki vid about the booing, yeah. Oh, yeah, but that was Nazis. That was actual known neo-Nazi groups organized on Nazi social media to do that. That was a pre-organized thing by white supremacist Hitler worshippers. Lying, cowardly scumbag fuckheads. Okay, I'm going to use the leftover whiskey to make an old fashioned. Why not? Who's going to stop me? Even if it's only a Tuesday night. Tell you what, on Thursday or Friday night, though, I'm going to make a Sazerac with the Kofament because it's just friggin' made for that. The brandy whiskey mashup. All right. Bit of sugar syrup. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. A little bit of this. I'll finish this bottle. Ooh, yeah, that was just about perfect. a little blend of whiskies for this old fashioned. Google Anzac. Oh yeah, basically yeah, Ray. Some Nazis had a pre-planned thing that they were going to start booing when an elder did "Welcome to Country." Because Nazi's got a Nazi. They fucked around last year's Anzac Day ceremonies too, if I remember. And it wasn't about the Welcome to Country last year. Or am I thinking about during COVID when the Nazis were trying to whip people up about COVID stuff? I don't even remember. All I know is they're pieces of shit. So, fuck 'em. That's my official position on the matter. They're Nazis. Fuck 'em. They pissed on the memorial. Good Lord. Good Spirit. Hello. Oh, okay. Indiana Jones. They're very entertaining movies. I didn't watch the one they did a couple of years ago. Dial of Destiny? I did watch the many years later one where I think it's like Kate Blanchett playing a communist, and they were trying to bring in, oh look, here's Indy's son, because they're like, okay, Harrison Ford's getting too old to do this. Let's bring in a character that his son, and maybe we could do a spin-off. And no one give a shit about his son. Raised was a number of Indigenous fought. Oh yeah, no, there were a lot of Indigenous soldiers, and there's actually particularly interesting stories about a group called Norforce. They're responsible for security on the northern border, so in Darwin and the north of Queensland and the north of Western Australia. There's some really interesting stories about them. You like Dial of Destiny? Okay, I haven't seen it. So I assume you're looking that up, Charlie, about 4,000 Aboriginal soldiers. Yeah, that's you agree it has its issues. Yeah, well, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But also, what a double funny to me, like, they did a late Die Hard sequel too and introduced John McClane's son. Again, they were obviously doing the same thing. Bruce Willis is getting too old for this. Maybe if we introduce a character who's his son, we could have spin-offs, and no one gave a shit, and it didn't work. I love that Good Spirit. You liked it. Your grandmother would like it. That's the thing. Look, okay. I'll be as opinionated as anyone about movies, but we all experience art and entertainment differently. And so if someone likes something I don't like, fine, unless they want to cause a scene. Yeah, I think everyone thinks the Die Hard movie was awful, Good Spirit. And yes, when you had Aboriginal soldiers fighting in wars, they didn't have citizenship. Well, saying white Aussies didn't count them as citizens, they weren't seeing them as humans, honestly. Yeah, we're doing movies, jump conversations, putting a pin in this. Well, you know how we jump all over the place anyway. Oh man, that's some what that blend of whiskeys is some wild, like good wild flavors. Is everyone's right to their own opinion? They say Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. They lose that. You hated Crystal Skull. Okay, yeah, I didn't like Crystal Skull. I haven't watched Dial of Destiny. Maybe I'll watch it. But so many movies have giant plot holes. Good Spirit, you don't get upset if someone doesn't share same taste as you. It's ridiculous, people. Oh, but we see people on the internet act like, oh my God, lunatics over that. Justin, you hear about the guy continued eating salad unopposed. I did actually see that. People were saying, was the news story headline, cool as a cucumber? Just like everyone's going, oh, there's shots. And he's just going, I'm eating. Fuck yeah. There was also a bit of funny vision. With some woman, when they're being told to leave, there were unopened, there's like an unopened bottle of bubbly and an unopened bottle of either red or white wine. And she just took them and put them under her coat. It was brilliant. Dr. Avia, what's fascism? Benito Mussolini's view of the world. Anniversary of him getting hanged upside down in the town square, which his granddaughter still gets upset about if people make jokes about it. The Lethal Weapon's a great Christmas movie. It's got a Christmas song in it. Christmas in Hollis. And it has distinct Christmas themes in it. Did I spell it wrong? See, this screen's too small. I spelled it wrong. There you go. Fair enough. C'est la vie. That's a slightly contracted Fascim. It's a funny old world. Yeah, although I will say anyone who really wants to rabbit on about like, it's fake, it's like, you sound like a crazy person. I am not going to indulge crazy person behavior just because you're saying it about people. Oh, wait, has the sound gone funny? There could be a reason for that. No, I am using my default microphone. Okay. I unplugged things accidentally earlier. Might be further away from me than it normally is. I don't know. Good Spirit, you thought Crystal Skull was fun. Prequel Star Wars film, majority of the film was shot in front of a green screen. Swinging through the tree, the vine was a bit much. I don't even remember details like that. It's like I saw it when it came out, which was like forever ago. I've been trolling someone on YouTube. There's a video, someone posted a video about the whole Bond thing with the martini shaken not stirred, and this guy saying something. He said, look, some of the stuff you said is accurate, others not. And also the whole thing with Fleming, he just was fucking clueless. He just didn't know what he was doing. He made it up. I was just checking on the person I was trolling. Yeah, no, I think the whole thing with people just not engaging with this, oh, some bad decision maker charged the Trump event with a gun, and everyone's just like, oh, like I fucking care. Everything's stupid. I think all the Indiana Jones movies are a giant step down from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Raiders of the Lost Ark just has the problem with Indiana Jones being a pedophile. Then you get the sequel that was just really disturbingly racist. It is true, Rays. Trump has had an unusual number of people with guns going after him. A good spirit. I would have questions for anyone for whom Raiders of the Lost Ark wasn't their favorite Indiana Jones movie. I love that left field, Rays. Brewster's Millions. That's a Richard Pryor movie where he has to spend all the money. Do they have Christmas in The Godfather? You say, honestly, you could say, I think more accurate is The Godfather's a romance movie with a number of weddings that happen in it, partially around Christmas. Yeah, well, it might be partially around Christmas, but there's at least 3 weddings in it. I think it's a romance movie. I actually like Sean Connery as Indiana Jones's father. Is that right, Dr. Abigail? Brewster's Million was a remake of a 40s movie. Charlie, are you saying you prefer Last Crusade to Raiders of the Lost Ark? I mean, I think it is the only other really good one. But yeah, although if you ever want to get unsettled, look up some interviews. I think it was with Steven Spielberg and the screenwriter for Raiders of the Lost Ark, with them talking about the age difference between Indy and his love interest. It's really fucking creepy. Yeah, so Charlie, you just love. Oh, well, again, I absolutely agree. Sean Connery is brilliant in it. Okay, we've got a few takers for Last Crusade over the Lost Ark. Well, I appreciate controversy. So I think I'd say if someone had a favorite that wasn't either Raiders of the Lost Ark or Last Crusade, I would be I would look askance. I'll limit it to that. I would look askance at them if their favorite was neither Raiders of the Lost Ark or The Last Crusade. Good three, level 3, you rank the 3 original films: Raiders, Crusade, Temple of Doom. Well, like I said, Raiders has disturbing pedophilia subtext. Temple of Doom has really unpleasant racism. And I don't have either of those problems with The Last Crusade. Although there's probably something I don't remember in Last Crusade that's really questionable. Although I do love it was back to fighting Nazis, like when he's with his dad and the Nazis come, and Indy just goes, Nazis, I hate these guys. Whereas everyone has a need to go check out Bulletproof. Oh, you mean the old Damon Wayans, Adam Sandler movie? I've talked about that before because there was a period with my girlfriend at the time. We were Damon Wayans fans. We saw a couple of his movies and really liked them, and had never heard of Adam Sandler. And he's the supporting role in Bulletproof. And we watched that because it was a Damon Wayans film, and Adam Sandler was incredible. Like we were like, who's this guy? He was amazing. Okay, so we're talking about getting minds blown about Brewster's Millions. The 7th remake? People, okay, that confuses me. That's like 1 remake a decade? Or actually, no more. That's almost 2 remakes a decade? Is that real? That's weird, honestly. Actually, speaking of which, Richard Pryor, I recently watched Jojo Dancer, Your Life is Calling, which was a very personal project for Richard Pryor. I don't think it was his life, but it was certainly inspired, particularly by him setting himself on fire, freebasing cocaine, and looking back on his life. Very, very personal. So saying there was a movie with that, okay, I assume we're getting this off Wikipedia or something, Charlie. There was movies with that plot in 1914, 1921, 1926, 1935, 1945, 1954, 1961, and 1985. Yeah, okay, yes. The one where the white kid buys him is called The Toy. Yeah. Yeah, Pryor at his peak was freaking amazing. Like, I remember his live things coming out on video when I was in high school, and we were like, yeah, because he was just swearing and talking about drugs and sex, and we were just like, yeah, that's it, man. White boys in Dubbo getting down with Richard Pryor speaking truth. All right, having my non-alcoholic beverage. I like to balance things. See that? Yes. Oh yeah, Good Spirit. Eddie Murphy's stand-ups were wild as well. So is that Jelly? Teresa Ganzel, sexual? Okay, I don't know who or what that is. Oh, that's in the toy. See, I don't think I've ever seen the toy. I'm aware of the movie. I know what movie we're talking about. I don't think I've ever watched it. That was it. God, raise your onto it. Yeah, the two Eddie Murphys, Raw and Delirious. And Charlie liked Delirious but not Raw. I don't even remember them. I mean, I remember some of the jokes. I couldn't tell you what was in Raw and what was in Delirious, though. I think in one of them, because they were flying to the gig in a small plane, and Eddie's with the camera crew, they're walking up, and they just see the pilot, and then he goes, "Hey, nice to meet you, man. What's your name?" It's like his name's Greg. He goes, "Greg, okay. If we don't a plane crash, Greg's the motherfucker who killed us." So by the time you saw Raw, you'd already seen Delirious. Felt like more of the same. I mean, maybe. I look honestly. Goody. Oh God, I remember the Goody Goo Goo joke. Yes. Oh, Rays, wasn't that a thing? Andrew Dice Clay. He was like 80s, early 90s, wasn't he? Damn. And some you find movies that Dice Clay was in, and it's just like, fuck is this guy doing? What's going on here? But they're every now and then, yeah, so mid 80s. Yeah, I think it's like mid 80s into the early 90s. And but you regularly get usually white male comedians who hit it really big for a moment. They're real flash in the pan. Like they didn't have the longevity of Eddie Murphy or Richard Pryor. He wasn't funny; he just cooked. Yeah, he was a one-liner guy, Charlie, if I remember. Good Spirit, another great film. You love Predator? Your dad let you watch it at the age of 5. Mum came in, finds you terrified, not over. Said, "Oh no, the Predator's coming for you." Yeah, there are a bunch of comedians who specialize in one voice. Oh God, Good Spirit. You just remember as a 5-year-old because the translucent, invisible predator. If you're lying in bed and sort of light flickers across the wall, you could think it was the predator coming to get you. If it smells like fish, it's a dish. It smells like corn with them. So I don't even remember that. Oh dear. I'm trying to remember. Because there was another guy in the early 2000s who was huge for a while, filled stadiums, and he fucking sucked as a comedian, honestly. He was just really bro-ish. It wasn't funny. Yeah, Rodney Rude was early 80s, I think. I saw him live once. And yeah, his live album and stuff was huge when I was in high school. Yeah, oh God, no, not Jeff Dunham with the fucking puppets. Jesus. No, he was a young guy. He was like a young, good-looking guy. He had a few years of being like hugely popular, just hugely popular, and then he fucking vanished. No, I can't think of his name. God damn it. Yeah, hard pass on Dunham. Not very funny. Just feeling a particular thing. Yeah. Oh God, I'm fucking. It's gonna do my head in if me or someone else doesn't remember. Thank you, good spirit. You know exactly who I'm fucking talking about. Dane Cook. There was a few years where Dane Cook was huge, and then he just fucking disappeared. Like he had no longevity, that guy. So I hope he invested his money wisely from all those absolutely huge stadium gigs he did. Oh God, racing. Dunham would actually run laugh tracks. Oh my God. Yeah, no, Dane Cook was copying, stealing comedians' jokes. Most famously, Louis C.K. actually, but they kind of made up in his TV series Louis. He had an episode where they had obviously made up in real life because he did a thing with them having a really awkward, not really reconciliation. And you wouldn't do that unless you had actually made up in real life. Again, people who shit me up the wall. Louis C.K. was my favorite comedian. And then we find out he's a gross, fucking creepy piece of shit. And I can't enjoy his comedy anymore. Which fucking sucks because he did really good comedy. And yeah, Dave Chappelle at his peak was great. And he got weird. I think Dave Chappelle is still capable of doing funny stuff. Oh God, Billy Connolly, he was funny for about 3 decades. Oh no, good spirit. Is that something you read? Dane Cook's brother was blowing his money without Dane knowing about it. Well, family will fuck you, man. So many famous people. Oh, Bill Cosby. Ugh. Again, you know, he seemed so G-rated. Then it turned out decades of being a sexual abuser. Way, 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 way worse than Louis C.K. Ugh. Oh, Cosby was just family friendly. Actually, my dad had Bill Cosby albums, and this is stuff from Cosby shows in the 70s, maybe even the 60s, like before he went really mainstream. And yeah, Charlie Reagan, like Louis C.K., he actually, his transgressions literally cost him millions of dollars. And for anyone who didn't know, Louis C.K. would jerk off in front of women who did not really want him doing that. Whereas Bill Cosby drugged and assaulted women over a period of decades. And Dave Chappelle, yeah. Again, this is two things. Dave Chappelle was my favorite comedian, and then he went and was just being a gross piece of shit for years. Louis C.K. was one of my favorites, and we'll find out horrible things about him. God, that's upsetting. Good spirit. You went through your records, tapes, CDs. Yeah, it's finding out someone whose work you enjoy fucking sucks as a person, man. Raise, you love Seinfeld. I, he was a shit stand-up, actually. Oh yeah, Dave Chappelle just resurfaced, Raise, but he did a couple of Netflix specials over the last few years. Yeah, Larry, you're right. Larry David was the main writer for the show. Jerry Seinfeld's a shit stand. But okay, I'm going to throw this out. This is a possibly unpopular view. The interview chat videos he did with comedians, uh, comedians in cars getting coffee, most of those I find really interesting because Jerry Seinfeld actually puts himself in the background. He doesn't dominate and make it all about him. He gets people and they have genuinely interesting conversations. I've seen a lot of people shit on that, but I have broadly liked it. So Charlie, Netflix specials, yeah, that was when he did all the extremely anti-trans stuff. Yeah. Greg's like, got bad taste in everything. I just send Pat to deal with people. Yeah. 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 Chappelle's latest thing was, hey, all these right wingers who are being psychotically abusive to trans people saying I'm their hero. Do you know I was just making jokes? I don't want you to actually be mean to people, which kind of feels like a cop out, but maybe sincere. I don't know. But he certainly, I agree, he refused to accept responsibility for his fucked behavior. Tried to dodge and saying, "Oh no, I wasn't doing that." And it's like, yeah, no, you fucking were, mate. Like his, as I tried to say, his uh, trans jokes, they were just black guy in a suit jokes, and because okay, growing up in Dubbo, we would tell hella racist jokes all the time, and the core one was, what do you call a black guy in a suit? The defendant. And it is like this intrinsically racist joke that it's like there's no such thing as a respectable minority group that I don't like. They're all up to something. There's something wrong with all of them. No matter how much they look respectable, they're not really. And Dave Chappelle's anti-trans stuff was just black guy in a suit jokes. It's like, okay. Oh, Ray, you're a Fluffy fan? I had friends here who were mad Fluffy fans, and actually hung out with him when he was here. Um, he's fine. I feel uh, he seems inoffensive. Uh, but what's his real name? Gabriel Iglesias. Um, I'm trying to think. Charlie, getting into Shane Gillis. I've seen some quite funny stuff from Shane Gillis. I don't think I've watched like a whole show of Shane Gillis, but I've seen him do little bits. He can be pretty funny. It goes very soft target sometimes. God, I was just going to look something up and then I totally forgot. Oh, this job. Oh, good. Sorry, I just this is something. Okay, this still counts as comedy talk. If we get on to Bert, he took Bert's cool, hang with him, his bar work, refused to leave until he got everyone to spend time chatting. Is it you saying Bert Kreischer? I find him pretty funny. Good spirit. He's saying Gabriel Iglesias worried about him since he did that Saudi. Yeah, but that look, dude, that was just for the money. Yeah, Bill Burr, who was very, he was getting into really anti-establishment stuff, and then he just took money from the Saudis. It's just about money in those cases. Like, okay. I think Bert Kreischer can be very funny. I look the movie The Machine, which is inspired by his most famous routine about getting drunk with Russian mobsters and then robbing the train. Uh, I thought that was a really entertaining movie. Like Mark Hamill playing his dad. So he's saying he was cool as hell, putting money over the bar, make sure everyone can drink with your hand. He's a party animal. There's no two ways around it. Bert Kreischer is a party animal. Who's the guy he does a podcast with sometime? Who did a fucking twisted sketch comedy show for Netflix. Carl Barron's old school Aussie sort of thing. Jim Jeffries is generally very funny. Yeah, okay, you know what I'm talking about. Good Spirit. The film was fun. Mark, I legit think, when Bert Kreischer got greenlit to do the movie of the Machine, I bet he just went like, can Mark Hamill be my dad? Tom Segura, that's it. I do like Tom Segura's stuff as well. Ray, you reckon Jim got a bit Hollywood? Well, he did go to Hollywood. Had a TV show. Well, he had a sitcom for a couple of years, which is actually not bad. And his chat show was not bad. Tom Segura. Tom Segura does usually quite funny stand-up. The sketch stuff he did for Netflix was called Bad Thoughts or something. It was so fucked up. Like I have not laughed at like literally laughed out loud at something as much as I did at Tom Segura's sketch show, just because it was so fucked up. It was so fucked up and wrong because I was laughing almost in disbelief that he was doing it. Actually, John Mulaney, great stand-up, yes. Theravon's done too much weed, I think, Craze. Too much weed and huffing his own farts and becoming a whole Trumpy guy. Although he's one of them now going like, wow, I think I might have been wrong. Trump might actually suck. Like, hey, yeah, well spotted, lad. Trump may be a piece of shit. I tell you what, because I watch a lot of comedy clips on YouTube, so it recommends more comedy clips. Another Australian, Bron Lewis. Holy shit, I reckon she's funny. And she like goes there. She does some really fucked up stuff in her comedy. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're leading in with there, Safa. Safa, politics will tend to limit your enjoyment, quite honestly. I say that from personal experience. Um, Actually, God, I just randomly want to go on YouTube. Oh, okay, another comedy thing. Is everyone aware of The Onion, the satirical newspaper and website, seems to now have legal control over InfoWars because of Alex Jones's bankruptcy stuff. And the online info wars is going to be run by Tim Heidecker, who has spent decades doing really fucking weird comedy. Like really weird. And Alex Jones has been posting stuff from the old Tim and Eric show as if it's real. And he's going, oh, he's pedophile. He's being arrested. The pedophile stuff. It's disgusting. I can't do that voice. That hurts my throat. And I'm looking at it going like, okay, so is Alex Jones, is he in on the joke and he's just doing a bit with pretending Tim and Eric is real? Is he that stupid that he thinks they're real? Or is he just sick and evil and manipulative and trying to convince the fucking morons who like him that the Tim and Eric show stuff is real? I don't know which one it is. It's fun. Ooh, oh, okay. Fun thing. I forgot that I did it and had it ready. I have a 5-minute book video where I'm being the preacher. I edited it today. Should I play it now? You found Russell Brand went right wing. Yeah, it's basically because he is going to end up getting convicted. Speaking of people with gross sexual offense histories, he is definitely getting convicted and going to jail. And he knows the left and progressives won't back a sex offender, but the right will. So he's saying he's a born again Christian now, which is just a lying grift. Okay. Okay, this is me as a preacher. I edited it today, so I'm keen to. Well, the first half of it, I'm not a preacher. It's only the second half I'm a preacher. Wait, what's Windows Media Player doing? This one, what are we doing? No, what's happening here? Okay, no, there's some weird shit happening. I'll try again. Oh, okay, Race. First, Russell Brand is facing a bunch of sexual crimes, prosecutions. Second, he's now decided he's a born-again Christian. I think on this laptop, I need to play it in Windows Media Player. And why is there no fucking sound? What the fuck? It was working before. This is really fucking weird. Okay, I'm just going to play it. Look, it doesn't matter if I can't hear it. Tell me if you can hear it. Window, share sound. Okay. So in the chat, what the fuck is this? There's nothing there. Oh, what the fuck? Oh yeah, no, but actually, Charlie, Ray's was one of the prime movers with Lift Your Game Son, put more effort into the videos. Wait, why is nothing playing? Like earlier this afternoon, shit was playing audio. Okay, this is so fucking weird. This is so deeply fucking weird. Audio. It's saying. It's fucking Jesus Christ. Okay. Take fucking 1,000. G'day, cocktail lovers. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So, but yeah, I'm going to try again. And you're going to tell me if you're hearing audio when I do this. Well, look, it's there this time. Nice. He's watching fish tanks on YouTube. Nice. Okay, now you got to tell me if the audio is working.
G'day cocktail lovers. I've been making quite a few videos for my cocktail book where I just write down cocktails that I like. The idea is simply I've got this beautiful handmade book that I write in, and whenever I open a page I know it's a cocktail I like. I don't intend this to be a replacement for professionally produced cocktail books. I'm not quite vain enough to put myself ahead of the great masters of the modern cocktail renaissance. I have a few of the modern cocktail books, and one of my favorites is this one from Death & Co. They subtitle it Modern Classic Cocktails. But this is so much more than a collection of cocktail recipes. They have created a range of absolutely fantastic modern classics, but also in the book, it's how to make them, how to choose your equipment, how to choose all the elements that go in there, even how they create cocktails, how they name cocktails. They even take you through a typical day in the life of the bar, and beyond all of that, they dive deep into their ethos. If that sounds a bit airy-fairy, I mean, don't worry, there are hundreds of fantastic cocktail recipes in here. They divide them into spirits, like there's a section on gin, rum, whiskey, etc. And those are divided into stirred and shaken. And then there are other themed groupings of cocktails in here. Seriously, if you can't open this to a random page and look at the cocktails and find at least one that you think, wow, that sounds really right up my alley, I think you're really not that into cocktails. To set the mood, I'm going to read the opening paragraph from an introductory section called How to Read and Enjoy This Book. There are plenty of great cocktail books out there, old and new, filled with pages of recipes and carefully researched historical references. But when we set out to write our own, we realized that very few bar books actually teach readers how to make and create tasty, well-balanced cocktails and explain why certain tools, ingredients, and techniques are best for any given drink. Then they go on to talk about the hows and the whys that drive their decisions. I have to admit, one of the things I like about this book is it looks like a big old family Bible. It's the Bible for cocktails. I think if I'm going to read from the Bible, I should be more in character. Today's lesson is from Proverbs, chapter 27, verse 7. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. And how does one know when a kiss is wicked? How do we experience a wicked kiss? For this, we turn to the prophet Phil Ward, and he has defined the very nature of a wicked kiss. By these signs shall we know a wicked kiss. 2 are the base spirits of the wicked kiss, and the number of spirits are 2. One shall not go for 1 base spirit unless it is on the way to 2. 3 is right out. The first of the spirits shall be the water of life, Oiskibaha, distilled from a grain of rye, preferably to a robust strength. With this, inspired by the apple that tempted Eve, shall there be a brandy distilled from that fruit of knowledge. Then we call upon the brotherhood of monks, first the Carthusian order, who bring us yellow chartreuse. Then shall we look to the followers of Saint Benedictine for more herbal complexity. Our final element will be health-giving bitters prepared by an apothecary. Thus prepared shall we create the wicked kiss. Into the sacred receptacle we shall add 1 ounce or 30 mils of rye whiskey. Joining it in blessed union shall be 1 ounce or 30 mils of apple brandy. Then shall we add 1/4 ounce or 7.5 mils of yellow chartreuse, followed again by 1/4 ounce or 7.5 mils, this time of Benedictine liqueur. Completion shall come with 1 dash of aromatic bitters. This shall be well stirred on ice, so the drink may be cold enough to ward off the fires of hell. Then shall the whole concoction be strained into a suitable service chalice. It is said that the prophet Phil Ward received divine inspiration from a classic cocktail called the Widow's Kiss. And though this was inscribed in sacred texts, yet did the prophet dare to believe he could improve upon this. Then he did drink of the wicked kiss. Lo, the recipe is a success, and he was compelled to cry out to the heavens, "Oh, this is fantastic! Oh, this is incredible!" Here endeth the lesson.
Okay, I hope my sound is back now. Okay, turns out, thank you for clapping. The mic thing, I think even the thing was, this was with me unplugging. Even though it was telling me it was going to the Yeti, it was actually going to the webcam. So what I did is physically switch, say, webcam, then back to things. So like, yeah. You think I'm stealing the Westboro Baptist Church's shtick, Rays? Okay, it was all fucking... Okay, this fucking laptop, I swear to fuck. Anyway, say la vie. Okay, this is all because I knocked out the fucking USB at one point. I'm in Egypt. Anyway, Rays, I'm convinced God hates angry. Okay, so that's, yeah, I haven't uploaded it anywhere. So Charlie, I was interested in your feedback rather than the angelic choir with a switch, thunder and lightning. I could do that. The other thing I was thinking of doing was when I'm a preacher, putting a filter over the thing. So it was like a white glow from the white shirt, because I can do that. Do you think it's worth doing that, or is that over the top? Because I could do that. I could easily go and change it. Ooh, the voice of God saying, "That's good, angry." I could do that. A female God. I don't have anyone on hand to do that. Maybe I'll do another preacher video one day. Maybe that's the answer. So yeah, I could swap out the angelic choir for thunder and lightning. And like I said, the other thing I was thinking of, just a visual, a glow filter. So particularly the white shirt I'm wearing glows like, with the light of heaven upon me. But I appreciate the positive feedback from everyone on that one. I finished editing and rendering that at about 7:30. Could Mrs. Angry provide the line? She could. She might be a bit self-conscious. Put it to you mean like I've got to have a baby Jesus in there somewhere, Rays? Don't actually have a very easy access to a toddler. So that's a little difficult. Oh no, toddler for the priest. So now you're reminding me of famous logo fails, and one was some Christian church. There's a very stylized thing, and it was meant to be a priest sort of hugging a child, comforting a child. They were like stick figures, except with everything that's happened with the Catholic Church in particular, it just looked like a priest forcing an altar boy to give him a blowjob. It was, it's probably a bad thing, but This is it. Found it straight away. Like, okay, I'll do the share screen, but fucking look at this. This is what I was trying to... Like, that's meant to be the priest holding the kid's hand. It just looks like a priest making a kid give him a blowjob. Terrible, terrible stuff. Although my all-time favorite logo fail was from the British government. Logo fails. I feel like, no, they knew what they were doing. That's not a mistake. Wait a second, I think I found my favorite. Okay, so this was one from British government. Let's have a look. And its default thing, there's nothing wrong with it. The Office of Government Commerce. On the left is the way it's meant to be, but it was on everything. It was on letterhead, but it was on pencils and pens. And when it was all distributed, someone like held the pen vertically, and it just looks like a stick figure jerking off. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. How much money was spent creating that? Honestly. No media will be used Crazy McGowan having an elder breakdown Cobra jab on national TV. Okay, I don't think I know that. What is happening with you, Ray? Your foot fell asleep? You're falling over? Oof. My favorite COVID thing will always be the poor bugger who was like a senior medical thing. Old guy, and he was getting very stressed by the press conferences. And after a particularly stressful press conference later that day, he typed into Twitter, Dan Murphy's opening hours. Like a typical old guy thing. He thought he was typing it into Google. But it was on his public Twitter thing, Dan Murphy's opening hours. So I always just tweet that when I'm stressed. The Get on the Beers song was pretty good, actually. Dan Murphy getting remixed. I love it, Rays. Glass half full. The ground's comfortable enough. So, Dr. Abigail, you're going to have to provide a bit more information. Shapes 2. Is that a game? Is that something to do with 3D printing? I'm an ignorant old man. I don't know what that is. I don't know what Shapes 1 was. Don't know what any of these shapes are. It's a game. Okay. Oh, you young folks and you're hipping and hopping and shipping and shaping. I can't keep up with it. I preferred life before all these newfangled changes, really. Yes, I'm guessing If Shapes 2 is a game, just Shapes was a game. Look it up on Steam. I may well do that. Raz, you play FIFA. I have my go-to mobile games on my phone. I haven't played a proper computer game for ages. I still go back and fuck around with Red Dead Redemption on my computer occasionally, just because it's so fun. And Charlie, you play so you can play with your son? That makes sense. Mrs. Angry is still currently engrossed in No Man's Sky. She's quite enjoying that. Shapes is a snack, Safra. I'm not sure if I'd call it food. Charlie, you ever played Roblox? Spend time with him? Yeah, definitely. Used to love gaming and now prefer movies. Yeah, I'm going to watch TV movies. I started watching the Game of Thrones spin-off, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. It's pretty good. I've only watched 3 episodes so far. I think it's like 8 episodes or something. The only thing that bugs me, there's like a reveal in it, and it got spoiled for me just before I started watching it. And someone on social media, and they weren't overt with it, but there was enough of a hint in an image they posted that I knew what it was. And I was like, oh, that's going to be a reveal in the show. I started watching it, sure enough. Yeah, okay. And there were a couple of hints, and because I knew what the reveal was going to be, I thought the hints were super obvious, and I was quite frustrated that I didn't get to watch it without knowing this reveal. And but it was the end of the 3rd episode they actually revealed it, so it didn't take that long. But it's pretty good. I did see you'd added Film of the Week on the Plex server. So I did see Sim join. Hello, Sim, by the way. Oh no, Dr. Tennis. Okay. Well, okay, Ray's Film of the Week is something, if I remember the plan, Charlie, it's for what we're going to discuss. Did we decide, or have you decided on a Film of the Week for this week, for next Sunday's Laserdisc reviews? Because 7 Days in May was a winner. That movie was really good. That's right. No, you did tell me that. It's Oh Lucky Man, Malcolm McDowell. Yeah, I'll probably watch it on Saturday. If not Saturday, Sunday, I will watch it, though. Did Starship Troopers not come out on Laserdisc? Charlie would be the answer man for that. Yes, Starship Troopers did come out on Laserdisc. There you go. I thought it did, but I'm also going to defer to Charlie as the subject matter expert on what did or didn't come out on Laserdisc. Do you want to know more? We did it on a bundle a couple of weeks. That's right. What was the theme? It was the stuff that was pressed in Australia. There you go. I got it. It was the stuff that was pressed in Australia. So if that's a good question, is there any Fast and Furious on Laserdisc? Oh God, I remember Dr. Giggles, I think. Okay, before I go to bed, I'm just going to double check something. Essentially, what's in these barrels? I should know it off by heart, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, so my liqueur, which I usually only leave in for a week or two. So I'll taste that on Friday. The tequila, which I don't know how long I was going to leave it. I'll give it a taste test on Friday. Bicky, I gave it a 1 month test. It's still super sweet. Needs more time to maybe mature. Oh, and moonshine. Okay, that definitely has to stay in for at least a month, maybe up to 3 months. So I'm not going to taste it. Okay, but I got 2 to taste maybe on party night. See how they're going. Maybe take them out. We'll see. We will see. What's the biggest selling Laserdisc of all time? Oh, nice. There's also a doco on Malcolm McDowell in Film of the Week. Excellent. I like education, Charlie. Thank you. What are we doing? It is just about bedtime. Biggest selling Laserdisc is Speed. Sorry, I can never. I love that movie, but because of The Simpsons, all I think is Homer going like, "What was that movie about the bus that reached a certain speed, and once it had reached that speed, it couldn't slow down from that speed, or it would blow up." I think it was called The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down. Phantom Menace is on Laserdisc, special version, where Yoda's actually a puppet, not CGI. Yeah, I do think George Lucas made some mistakes getting obsessed with CGI. I mean, I'll cut him a lot of slack. Good storyteller. But yeah, he got a bit too obsessed with CGI, I think. What are you going to do? We got to stop doing gravelly voices. It hurts my throat. C'est la vie. Right, just having a little bit of a liqueur at the end of the night. Which is always my excuse again. I'm putting some flavour in the orange. Ray, do you like the CGI? Something. Yes, I did own a Laserdisc player at one point, Safa. There was a place in Footscray that sold them and would rent Laserdiscs. Would Phantom Menace be watchable without Jar Jar? I mean, maybe. Charlie, not being a mega Star Wars geek, like the Blu-ray version of Phantom Menace have a Laserdisc. Original with longer pod race, but the aliens are subtitled. Yeah, in Japanese. Okay. It is a bit weird when Lucas racialized some of the aliens into weird stereotypes. The killer will always get me. The South Park movie, Bigger, Longer, Uncut, they actually, and it came out at roughly the same time as The Phantom Menace, and they actually had one of the black characters go, "Misa gonna die?" And I saw an interview with Matt and Trey Parker, and they were like, "How the fuck did you get that into the movie? And it came out at the same time. I don't understand." And they said, "Well, there was the trailer, the teaser that came out, so long ahead of time. And we just saw it, and he had that one character go, 'Mister, people are going to die?' We go, oh my God. George Lucas has got an alien talking jigaboo. What's wrong with him?" And so they had one of their black characters do it. Thing. Yeah. Bit of a laugh. And happy, yes, I did say that. Will's 21st. Good Lord, time flies. Happy birthday to Will. Your most wanted Laserdisc, Charlie, is the South Park movie. Okay. Those guys write good songs. Like, they did Book of Mormon, most successful stage musical of the 21st century. The songs in the South Park movie were quite good. particularly when they mashed them all up at one point. Very good. Backdraft on Laserdisc, nice. Yeah, we did. We had a big talk up of Ron Howard on Sunday night. Actually, yeah. Actually, your most wanted signature edition last photo. Speaking about something that relied on CG that didn't age very well, but it's a great movie. I love that movie. Fuck, I love those cherries. Jim, granted, Jar Jar comments are being blocked from. Okay, YouTube is pro Jar Jar. Both our mics died. That was so weird. It's so extremely weird that both our recorders cut out last 15 minutes. Yeah, it is Sleepy Bobo's time now. Oof. But yeah, Thursday, in all probability, I'll be back on Thursday. Charlie, we're just going to keep getting better. Don't you worry. Jar Jar moderates YouTube. Yes, Jar Jar is in YouTube headquarters. No, Misha says bad things about Jar Jar. No. Anyway, I'm going to go sleepy bobos. So you'll take care. And with any luck, I'll see you another time. But bye for
You are totally fucked up!